Here we are at our Chapter 5, Target 4, Problem 8c. We're asked to factor using the sum and difference of cubes. And just looking at 8c, we notice that we have y to the 6th plus 216. And just looking at this first part, this y to the 6th, believe it or not, that is a perfect cube. Likewise, the number 216 is also a perfect cube. And right now we have the sum of these two perfect cubes. This does go back to the San Diego Padres, in which case, just writing out the little acronym, San Diego Padres. What that really does is help us out a lot with the signs. The San stands for the same sign in the first parenthesis. Diego stands for the different sign. And then for the last one, Padres, it will be positive. So in terms of, again, just the signs in the parentheses, this should help us distinguish the sum of two cubes versus the difference of the two cubes. Now, how this actually breaks down, this a cubed plus b cubed, how that breaks down in terms of the two factors is a, looking at the same sign, so because it's positive, we're going to go with positive, a plus b times a squared. Here comes in the different sign. Because we're positive, we're going to go ahead and change that now to negative. A times b. And then for the final sign, positive, our b squared. So if we're trying to factor out the sum of these two cubes, it's always going to follow this form. Again, San Diego Padres to help you kind of remember the signs. What we have to do now is go ahead and identify what is our a and what is our b. So just starting off with the first one, we have what cubed gives us that a cubed, that y to the 6th that we're hoping for. Now, if we think about, obviously we have to have the variable y. In terms of the exponent, right now we would just have y cubed. We're trying to get y to the 6th. We're going back to our power property, in which case we would have to have a 2 here. Because then when we have that power to our power property, we are multiplying these two powers. 2 times 3 getting us that y to the 6th that we're hoping for. For the other one, our b cubed, we're asking ourselves what cubed gives us that b cubed. In this case, that b cubed is actually the number 216. So what number times itself again gives us 216. 6 is the number that does that. 6 cubed comes out to be 216. In doing that step, what we have done is identified, hey, here's our a, here is our b. And pretty much all we have to do is throw those a's and b's inside of here. So we have our a. Go ahead and maybe scroll down. We have our a, y squared, plus our b, here is 6, times our a being squared, so that's y squared. That is our a variable, according to the formula. And that a is being squared. So even though this variable is being squared, we still have to square the squared. Again, because that's what a is, it's y squared. Minus our a, y squared, times our b, 6, plus our b being squared. So in this case, 6 squared. What we're going to go ahead and do now is just simplify things up. So for our first parenthesis, we still have y squared plus 6. In the second one, we have y squared being squared, power again raised to a power. So we end up then with y to the 4th. Minus y squared times 6 is just 6y squared. Plus 6 squared just comes out to be 36. So this would actually be our final factored form. Nothing else can be broken down any more than that. Again, though, that is our Chapter 5, Target 4, Problem 8c from the study guide.